Camera. Okay. Welcome into Hatfield Ice Arena here in Colmar, Pennsylvania. The Villanova Wildcats come in with a record of 17-3-2, taking on the NYU Violets, record of 4-16. The Wildcats 36 points, third in the ECHA conference. NYU 8 points, 9th of 9, with my broadcast partner Jason Joseph. My name is Tom Hill. Thank you all for tuning in here tonight. The first game here on the first day of February. And the Villanova Wildcats, Jason, they have been red hot. 6 straight ECHA wins, 7 straight wins overall. Senior night here tonight at Hatfield Ice, honoring the select seniors for this Wildcat team. Liam Tomczak, Matt Balzerati, Timmy Kabelski, Nick Wood, Dmitry Kapranov is the netminder here tonight for the Villanova Wildcats. Puck drop is underway, and we are underway. Peter Perrone, the netminder tonight for the Violets. NYU trying to push here early, and it's into the stick of Charlie Gardefee, who gets slammed to the ground, and Wood picks it up and fields it and takes it to the neutral zone. Wildcats defeated NYU last night 5-3. Nick Wood, early opportunity, but Perrone puts the glove on it. That stops us 22 seconds in. But Jason, 5-3 the final score last night in New York. Kabelski, Naraki, Wood, McHugh, Charlie Davis, 5 different goal scorers. Villanova Wildcats would like to keep it going here tonight.
Yeah, they need to do a good job of just keeping their foot on the gas pedal. They've had an incredible season, and you expect them to just come out of the gates, just firing on all cylinders.
You got to figure that they are aggressive as well, as the scoring has definitely been elevated when they play on the road. They scored 5 in the win against NYU, 4 the game before against Temple, 6 goals against Towson on the road in a shootout win. That was come from behind as well. Tomczak up the ice, slipping it up ahead to Jonathan Rocky in the neutral zone. He just checks in for his first shift on the night. Puck squirts free. Perrone will just hit it out. Dmitry Kapranov, the 2022-2023 ECHA goaltender of the year, had the start last night in net. Back-to-back starts for him. He was 36 for 39 a night ago. So NYU did get their shots up, Jason, but not a whole lot of offense. It was early offense for them, but Villanova able to come from behind and get a win last night. Here comes NYU up the other way. Spencer Lightslap shot. It's off the hand of Kapranov, and that freezes us at the 18:35 mark here in this first period.
We've always talked about how great Charlie Davis has been as a leader this year, and, well, this is a guy who has 30 points on the season, 17 goals, 13 assists, and I expect him to have a lot of offense in this game today.
Also ricochets off of Kapranov, does not shot from NYU, so they've had a couple of opportunities here early, microcosmic of last night's game, and now the puck will squirt back down here on the near side. It's chased out by Harry Byland, the defenseman for NYU. Tries to skate by Oestreicher, and now kick it back here the other way. Pressed by Mike McDevitt. Almost picked off there by Davion Peretti. Tom Lynch here on the near side. A fight with McDevitt as well, but it is in the possession of NYU. Aaron pass up ahead. Huang looked to dump it into the neutral zone, but now taking over is Byland, 2-on-2. Over on the far side goes Brian Cook, trying to set something up for somebody underneath. Cook has 11 goals, 7 assists, 18 points for this NYU team. Second on the team in points behind Gardefee, who leads with 22. Peretti hounded and jammed over on the far side. Villanova looking to just clear this one out. About 2.5 minutes gone here in this first period. Fight with it far side. Rapatoni looking to try to get it here for the Wildcats. Now Mike Vogel has to go back and try to field. But NYU has an early look here. Gardefee trying to poke it back over on the right wing. Cross-ice pass. Slap shot up and deflects off of Kapranov. Opportunity for Mikhail Anakin, but nothing brewing here for the Violets. Another opportunity. Shot is up and glove off the glove, rather, by Kapranov. An opportunity for Alex Svoboda, but nothing yet here for the Violets. But Jason, we've seen an aggressive NYU team. Something that happened in last night's game.
Looked like a second line drive on that last play, and a good job by Kapranov just to be able to read that. It did deflect off of his glove, but again, the recognition, the IQ, and just the awareness that he has made him an incredible goalie throughout his whole entire career here at Villanova.
Despite the loss, NYU actually outshot Villanova 39-19 last night. But it was just the scoring and the efficiency for the Wildcats that propelled them to their 6th straight ECHA win. And it's big as the standings start to crunch up late here. Wood kicks it out to Tomczak, who has to go back and get it. Dumps it over to Vogel, hounded by Victor Ding. Now puck squirts free over on the near side. Clock will stop the 16:34 mark. If you're just tuned in, Tom Hill, Jason Joseph here on the call. The Villanova Wildcats 17-3-2, taking on the 4-16 NYU Violets. Wildcats 5-1-2 here at home at Hatfield Ice Arena. Looking to pick up their 7th straight ECHA win, and more importantly, keep pace with both George Mason and Westchester, who are 1-2 respectively. Face-off taken care of by NYU. Now here coming on the near side. And a nice interception by Charlie Davis, his first shift here tonight, but NYU's able to take over. It was Anakin who lost the handle. So now has to go back and try to recruit it over to the neutral zone. Slap shot hits off the foot of a Villanova player, who's Victor Ding over at center ice. NYU's looked to be a slightly more aggressive team through the first 4 minutes here tonight. Tomczak slams his man into the glass over on the far side. Wildcats take over. This is the Davis line. We'll see if the Wildcats do take advantage here. Charlie Davis has just been absolute money lately, Jason.
And one of the aggressive players for them, as we've talked about a little bit beforehand, is Charlie Gardefee, a guy who has 22 points, which is the most on this NYU team. Also 13 assists and 9 goals in 19 games.
Max Eckstein up over on the far side. It's slammed into the glass. NYU looking to clear this out. It's handled here on the near side by Charlie Gardefee. He tried to poke it up ahead, but the Wildcats had active sticks, and they have men back to take care of this. But now here come the Violets on the interception. Slap shot up off the foot of Kapranov. It was Eckstein, but nothing brewing for the Violets. Looks like the Wildcats will survive that little scare. Coming up here towards center ice, pokes it up off the scoreboard. So the clock will stop with 15:10 to play in this first period. Tom Hill, Jason Joseph here on the call. Rival Sports Media presentation of Villanova Wildcats hockey. Wildcats 17-3-2, 6 straight ECHA wins, and that's important, Jason, with George Mason number 1 and Westchester number 2.
Thought that last night they did a good job at silencing Eric Vinvenetto after he had a very explosive first period, getting a goal and an assist.
Underneath, almost a one-timer for Michael Rayer, but he couldn't put it in. Bad angle. Right near the crease of Kapranov. Peretti looks to send this up towards the neutral zone for the Wildcats. Oestreicher had the pass deflected, hit off the stick of Frank Ciavaris, so the Violets will take over. Intercepted here by Rapatoni. Thomas Heward with an opportunity, puts it up and in! Thomas Heward! Villanova strikes first, 1-0 Wildcats.
Well, we got the angle there, Tom, and was just able to get it right over to the house, and he put it in a very, very good spot. Congratulations to Thomas as he puts them up 1-0.
Second goal of the year for the junior Thomas Heward. He's played very sparingly here this season for John Moores and Mark Bobko, but when they call your number, you try to take advantage, and he took advantage there. Second goal of the year, and just like that, the Wildcats up early 1-0. Violets looking to answer, but muddying the passing lane, and a phenomenal job here by James Davis, sending this back up the other way. Perone has to go back and just field it out, and he does. Davis, the only man back for the Wildcats. The clock stops here at the 14:11 mark. This is something that we've seen a lot lately from this Wildcats team on this winning surge. It's shots on goal, 225 shots on goal in their last 5 games. And with that, Jason, they've taken much better advantage of the power plays.
Yeah, and for them to just be able to just go up 1-0 there, it shows how dominant of a team that they are. They were down 2-0 to this team yesterday early in the first period, and they responded, just like they always do, Tom.
Olsen tried to set up a cutter. Spencer Light, he couldn't put one on the board. Now Olsen looking to send this back down up the wing. Opportunity here. Slap shot hits off of Balzarati. It was Mikkel Anakin. He had a goal in last night's loss to the Wildcats. And speaking of the Wildcats, we have one down on the ground over on the far side. Slow to get up. You're at the 13:50 mark in this first period.
I know that Kapranov has only had 4 shots on goal that he's had to defend, but for him to play last night and for him to still stay ready for the moment tonight just tells you how locked in he is, Tom.
He has just been absolute money this year for the Wildcats as he ushered off the ice over on the far side, like a scary hit. And check to make sure he is okay. You don't want to see a man go down, especially this early into the game. But back to your Kapranov point, Jason. 9-3-1, 1.93 GAA this season, 93.2 save percentage, and he was money last night in net, and just a quick turnaround. And you know, NYU has come out firing here tonight, but he has not missed a step. Now Nick Wood, with full set of steam up the far side, blows by his man, trying to blow by another man, pokes it up, couldn't put it in, just wide to the left. Wildcats looking to set over. Reagan slap shot, no good. Deflects off of a Violet player. Tomczak has to go back and field this, and does, and blows by with some steam, looking for a cutter towards the slot. He'll just try to take it himself. Tomczak hooks it out in front of him. Curls it over to Reagan. Reagan one-timer off of Perone, and he puts the gloves on it after a couple bobbles. So a couple opportunities for Villanova to pad that lead here very early, but to no avail just yet.
Tomczak did a good job on that little run there, just being able to get it off of his stick, and then with his IQ, just bounce it right off of his skate to get the defender off the mark a little bit.
Charlie Davis won the face-off for a second for Villanova. NYU looking to poke it out of Jonathan Araki, who tried to set it right down underneath the slot, couldn't get anything on it. But Reagan will try to fight this one here near side, hounded and pressed by Svoboda. So NYU takes it up the other way, but the Wildcats have the personnel back. Cross ice to Esposito, looking to just clear this one out. But back at the point, high slap shot up and saved by Kapranov. It was Byland who had an opportunity over at the right wing. Couple shots on goal here for the Violets. They've had 5, Wildcats have had 6, so some early back and forth in terms of shots from both these teams, but the Thomas Heward goal, his second of the year, is the difference in this game very early, 1-0 here. Davis pokes it back down behind him, so the Wildcats win that face-off defensively. Looked to make a cross-ice pass was Naraki, but Davis didn't open up. He gets thrown to the ground by Mikhail Anakin. And the puck squirts free over here on the far side. Charlie Gardefee, full head of steam. He gets slammed into the glass by Naraki. Poke Freyan into the possession of Grayson Esposito. Wildcats looking to try to add and pad on and get some more insurance as Anakin hits the deck with 2 gray Villanova jerseys. Now the puck will squirt free. Esposito and Byland looking to fight for it. McDevitt checks in for the Wildcats. Esposito will go field this over here on the far side. Got pressed by Byland, looking to set somebody up, pass just a bit out in front of Charlie Davis. He's had 5 straight games with a goal, has Charlie Davis. Cross ice pass, slap shot up, no good. Opportunity for the Wildcats. It was Carfey, but just a bit wide of the net. Trying to set something up here again. McDevitt down low into the slot. It's Lynch, and it's gloved by Perone, but the puck is still loose. Over here on the near side, it hits off Lynch. He's just going to slam it off the boards, but now NYU will take over. Carfey looks to intercept and does, and blows by his man, Luke Carfey, trying to do it himself, but gets picked by Gardefee. But now here come the Wildcats again. Carfey gets slammed to the ice, and a fight with it here on the near side. Rayer looked to try to get it for NYU, but now it's into the possession of Jackson Olsen, the defenseman, who gets his pocket picked by Tyler Cooper. So the Wildcats will try to take over and set something up. Back and forth, both these teams going. Puck pops up into the air. McDevitt lost the handle of it. Sending it back off the board, Spencer Light. Down low, Carfey looks to try to win this forecheck and try to poke it over. But it's Olsen who's able to get it. Didn't really have a great angle on it. Wildcats are able to send it back over into the neutral zone. Walter Ostreicher trying to make a nifty move to blow by Jonathan Bieber, but Bieber back. Violets look to take it up ahead. Cooper just sends it back down the other way, which necessitates a line change for the Wildcats. Paul Giannetti on the ice. Christian Rapatoni as well for Villanova. Liam Tomczyk too. Just send this back down the other way. 1-0 Villanova, 10-20 mark here in this first period. Tom Hill, Jason Joseph here on the call. Over into the neutral zone. Tomczyk back to try to feel this one out, but he was hounded and slammed by Spencer Light. Cross-ice pass, Rapatoni. Back over to James Davis on the far side. He just sends this back up down the other way, forcing Perrone to come out of the net. Could be a risky proposition. Loose puck, far side. Tomczyk, Reagan, cross-ice pass. Trying to set up a slap shot for himself. Nifty move, do-it-yourself shot is up and high. And ricochets over the far side board, fielded by Nick Wood, who sends it back down the other way. Timmy Kabelski into the game, as well as Matt Balzerati for the Wildcats. The starting line back out on there with Tom Lynch. We're going to get a time stoppage at the 9:30 mark. Not a lot of shots, but it's been some opportunities for Villanova. They are up 1-0 here early, Jason.
This team does a very good job at just playing chess. It seems like every time that they're on the attack, somebody is back over on the red line trying to get a long rebound if they have to. That's why you like guys like Horde and also Carpy. He's done an incredible job this year over on special teams, and boy, does it feel good that he's on our side.
Neither team has had an opportunity on the power play just yet. Lynch over here at the right wing, hounded, but Balzerati dumps it underneath, and Kabelski hits the deck, had an opportunity in the high slot, but here come the Violets on a breakaway the other way, up the far side. Opportunity for NYU. It's Charlie Gardefee who has to just skate back and look for a dump off. He gets slammed over on the far side by Wood. Physical play. Villanova looking to get out of this, and they do. And a little opportunity there with the Violet player moving towards the slot, put up a shot on Kapranov, but nothing brewing just yet. 8:50 mark here in this first period. Still 1-0 Wildcats.
More aggressive play from this Villanova team, and that's just been a part of their big identity throughout this whole entire season, Tom. And for the first 12 minutes, it's been really good for them in regards to that as they lead at 1-0.
8 shots on goal for Villanova, 6 shots on goal for the NYU Violets. Peter Perrone in net for the Violets, his second game this year. In his first game, he was 30 for 34. And Villanova really took care of business against Clay Perkins, who was the netminder last night, 14 of 19. Despite trailing early, they were able to come out of that one with a victory. Pass was just a little bit behind Kabelski, now towards the neutral zone, has Wood out in front of him, tries to dish it off to him. The puck now loose right behind Perrone. Bieber sends it up the far side, past the neutral zone, cross-ice pass, intercepted and picked. A phenomenal play by Villanova. It was Lynch, active sticks, but now here coming up the other way, NYU, an opportunity, Mikkel Anakin. Sidetracked just a bit by Cooper and hounded there on the far side. Kapranov will put the glove on that one as well.
We saw Michael Vogel go down a little bit earlier, and the one thing that obviously you love about this team is that it doesn't matter who goes down, somebody else steps up and they just have that next man mentality. And, you know, the fill-in for his shoots, that's a lot to ask for, but so far, again, very good start by this team.
And they take care of this high slap shot, one-timer over on the far side by Silvaris, but it deflected off the foot of Kapranov. Silvaris just pokes it over towards the slot. Slap shot wide. Opportunity, Brian Cook. Violet still can't answer. Now under 8 to play here in this first period. Still in the attacking zone, but Cooper with possession for the Wildcats right behind the net. Davis with a full head of steam. Stops on a dime, looking to spin around his men. Just hits it forward. Villanova looking to pad on here. Both teams identical with 8 shots on goal in this first period. Slap shot up, no good. Deflects off of Kapranov. Another opportunity for NYU. It was Eckstein, but just not enough. A great stop by Kapranov, who has been money this year. Now opportunity down the slot. Oh, striker's shot is up and wide to the left. Villanova looking to try to handle this here and poke it out and try to get another slap shot set up. Davis dish. Slap shot, not a lot of mustard from Oestreicher, but it takes a weird bounce over here on the near side. Davis, cross ice, Tomczak, underneath. Ooh, moving towards the net was Naraki with an opportunity. He couldn't put the wrister in. Villanova with another opportunity to add on some insurance. Davis near the crease. Coming towards it is Tomczak, one-timer. That one's off as well. A couple opportunities as they're peppering Perone. But other than the Heward goal, he has been able to stand pat here through the first 14 minutes. Reagan slap shot up and deflects off the stick of Perone. Kicks to Oestreicher, dump to Tomczak. Trying to blow by his man, nifty move. Trying to set something up potentially towards the slot. Slap shot high and off the glove of Perone. Ricochets far side to James Reagan. He'll go back to field for the Wildcats. A little over 6 to play here in the first period. They had their opportunities on that little hit there, but nothing just brewed for the Wildcats in terms of insurance. So an opportunity here for NYU to rebound here near side. Slap shots up and saved by Kapranov. It was Bylan. We've seen a couple shots from him here in this first period. Clock will freeze at the 5:54 mark. If you're just tuned in, Tom Hill, Jason Joseph here on the call. Wildcats 17-3-2. They're up 1-0 here. And what have you liked, Jason?
So far, I think that they've been doing a really good job. I love the matchup between Paul Giannetti and Brian Cook. They've been going at it a little bit. Giannetti had a really nice block shot and was able to just take Cook out of his rhythm. And then, even though offensively they couldn't get a goal the last time, they did a good job at just putting the puck in their territory.
Oestreicher led Davion Peretti, but nothing brewed for the Wildcats. Active sticks for NYU. Now a loose stick here. Villanova looks to send this back down the other way. Carpy's had a lot of minutes on ice here in this first period. NYU looks to just send this one back down the other way. They've also been on the attack. Both teams 9 shots on goal, but the Thomas Heward goal, the only difference in this game so far. Now setting up McDevitt, past the neutral zone. Has a man out in front. Davis tries to lead him, but it actually hits Bylan. So NYU looking to try to take over. Spencer Light, full head of steam. Dump off, one-timer's up, no good off the right hand of Kapranov. It was Gardefee who had an opportunity for the Violets. He has 9 goals this year for NYU. Rapatoni couldn't handle the pass over from the far side. Now the puck in the low slot. An opportunity for a moving Heward, who almost put up his 2nd goal of the year, but the clock will stop here at the 4:41 mark, excuse me.
We've seen this Villanova team being a little bit too passive over these last couple of minutes, and you can make all the great passes, but sometimes you just got to take the shot too, and hopefully as the game goes on, now you're on a power play here. This is an incredible opportunity for you to just be able to capitalize on this opportunity, Tom.
5-on-4, Jackson Olsen will take a seat for NYU. Villanova at home 4 for 33 on the power play. So they've only scored 4 goals in these situations, looking to improve that, but they have gotten better lately. Tomczak slap shot high and deflects off Perone. Opportunity there, but it hit his right hand, his stick hand, and now the puck will squirt free over here on the near side. Reagan off the board. Tomczak over on the far side looking to blow by Jonathan Bieber. Stops on a dime, dumps it off Balzerati. Fight with it here far side, looking to set up a potential cutter in Reagan. Reagan will now have to go back and field this. A minute 22 still left on this power play. Reagan, nifty move, looking to blow by the defenseman. Stops on a dime, tries to dump it back for Wood. Tomczak now has to go back. To your point, Jason, very conservative here for the Wildcats offensively. Now just trying to buy time for line changes. Jonathan Naraki back on the ice for Villanova. Here comes Charlie Davis, full head of steam. Looking to do it himself, lost the handle. And now it'll just get poked out by Brian Cook. Just trying to slap this one down on the other side. Under a minute to play here on this power play as NYU trying to kill this. They have given up 6 goals on the penalty kill on the road and 13 overall. In general, an opportunity for Lynch, but it's gloved by Perone, and that stops the clock at 3:16 in the power play with 36 seconds still remaining.
And NYU so far has taken Charlie Davis out of his game. And not a lot of teams have been able to do that this year. I think that Charlie has looked a little bit frustrated out there, and he just hasn't been able to get into his spots to, to be able to get the shots that he wants to on the board.
17 goals this year for Davis, leads the Wildcats. Also leads the team with 4 power play goals. Kabelski puts one up, no good. Ricochets off Perron. That one's up and through! The Wildcats are able to put one on the board. Some insurance for Villanova. They take advantage of the power play and go up 2-0.
I couldn't tell if that bounced off of the stick of, or if it was a backhanded shot off of the rebound, but to his credit though, to be able to get it from that angle, just incredible.
We also said this before the broadcast, Jason, or right as the game was starting, that Villanova has done a much better job, aggressive play, and they've taken more shots on goal. Now an opportunity, Jackson Olsen looking to rebound for NYU.
Good defense.
But intercepting it is Liam Tomczak. Phenomenal defense. Oostreicher couldn't handle it on the far side as that slap shot is gloved by Kapranov. Thomas Huang had an opportunity for NYU, but it was easily gloved by the netminder for the Wildcats.
It's funny because Jackson Olsen came back in from the box, and James Reagan, you could tell that Jackson was on a mission to try to get some redemption, and Reagan was like, nope, you're not going to get anything off.
Wildcats looking to win this face-off here. They're out shooting NYU by just 12-11, but outscoring them 2-0. Near side, and a forecheck out of it. Slap shots up and off the glove of Kapranov. Another opportunity for NYU, but he puts the glove on it eventually. Down low with Spencer Light right in the crease, as there was a slap shot up in the slot as well. NYU has had a couple of opportunities here, but Kapranov has been a wall so far here tonight with 2:35 left here in the first.
How about Tomczak, too? I mean, a guy that's a senior, and on senior night, just to be able to save that right before Kapranov had to get a save off of the rebound, just does a really good job at protecting his goalie.
Two-man game with Esposito and the Rocky. Mikkel Anakin was back for NYU. Reagan couldn't handle it back looking to field, and now this sets up a primetime opportunity. Slap shot up and no good. Saved by Kapranov. A golden opportunity for Eckstein in the low slot, but the Violets remain scoreless.
Eckstein had a little bit of daylight. Reagan was just a step too late trying to get on his man, but Kapranov just right there at the right time, Tom.
And he has been right there at the right time a lot this year. Davis wins the face-off with Brian Cook. Wildcats looking to get this up towards the neutral zone and looking to just pad on even more insurance. Davis full head of steam. He's had 5 straight games with a goal, looking to make it 6. As we've mentioned, Villanova 6 straight ECHA wins, 7 straight wins overall. Under 2 to play here in this first period. Puck is loose. It's Davis. Dump near side. Paul Giannetti stops on a dime. Has it poked here on the near side by Ziquan Luo. Still a fight for it here on the near side. Byland looked to save it. It was an opportunity for the Wildcats again, but Perron able to put the glove on it this time. So his 11th save here in this first period. And you got to figure the Wildcats are looking to pepper him more as this game starts to progress. Early on, it was aggressive. Then they started to peter off just a bit, but looking to get that aggression up, Jason. We're on the far side looking to poke it up towards center ice. Trying to win it was Heward for the Wildcats, but Villanova able to end up with it anyway. It's slammed into the glass as Giannetti by Anakin. And the puck jettisons out over towards the far side corner. Into the possession of Thomas Huang. Cross-ice pass here to Anakin. Up ahead to the neutral zone, but Villanova has the fielders back to handle this opportunity for the Wildcats. James Davis far side trying to blow by his man Huang. Forechecked into the glass. Now it squirts free, but stolen, intercepted by Michael Rayer. Under a minute to play here in this first period. Lynch forechecked here near side. Puck just goes back behind Perron and gets fielded out over on the far side by Huang. Over towards center ice. Opportunity maybe brewing here for NYU, and Olsen has it picked by Kabelski. But now another interception here. Puck just moving around both teams' possessions. Now Villanova does end up with it. Kubelski has to battle his man with 30 seconds left to play here in this first period. Slap shots up and no good off the crease. Another opportunity for NYU, no good. One-timer by Bieber, no good. 20 seconds to play here in this first period, and the puck will just hit up off the ceiling and freeze us with 17 seconds left to play. Pinballing around down there, and Kapranov just staying focused. 15 for 15 here in this initial period in the net.
Boy, did the Wildcats really get lucky there, because thank goodness nobody on NYU was there to grab the rebound, because there was an open puck.
12 seconds left to play. Anakin looking to set something up. Hounded by Balzerati as the puck squirts free. Hitting the deck was Reagan. 3 seconds left to play here in this first period. And the Villanova Wildcats will take a 2-0 lead into the second period. Thomas Heward got the scoring started for the Wildcats. They tacked on an insurance goal after that. And it has just been the Wildcat show here in this first period here on senior night. Hatfield Ice Arena, Tom Hill, Jason Joseph here on the Cole Wildcats. 17-3-2. They're third in the ECHA conference with 36 points. NYU comes in 4-16, losers of their last 9. 8 points, 9th of 9 in the ECHA, their first year in the ECHA conference. But Jason, 5-1-2 are the Wildcats in this building here in Colmar, Pennsylvania. Up 2-0 here early, and they did look very aggressive, albeit NYU matched their aggression. But you gotta like what you're seeing if you're Villanova.
Absolutely, and you can tell that this team has had a lot of success this year. And one of my favorite cliches in sports is that stats don't lie, but they also don't tell the full truth either. And I feel like with tonight's game so far, you lose Vogel earlier in the first period, and again, this team just finds a way to get the job done. It doesn't matter who goes down; they have that next man up mentality. Able to get 2 goals, and it wasn't from the top guns either. Charlie Davis, was getting frustrated out there. You could also see that a lot of times NYU was hip checking some of these Villanova players, but yet they're still finding ways to just get goals on the board. They didn't even have as many shots on goal in the last game, just like you said, but yet just because of their identity and because of the culture that is brought into that locker room from John Moore's, it sets them up for a lot of success.
Villanova up 2-0 over the NYU Violets here at Hatfield Ice Arena in Colmar, Pennsylvania. With Jason Joseph, I'm Tom Hill. We'll be back after this. Stay tuned for more. Welcome back to Hatfield Ice Arena here in Colmar, Pennsylvania. Tom Hill, Jason Joseph here on the call. The Villanova Wildcats lead the NYU Violets with a score of 2-0. Thomas Heward, the first goal in the game, his second goal of the year, Jason. Wildcats coming in winners of 6 straight ECHA contests, 7 straight games overall. They're 5-1-2 here at home at Hatfield Ice, and they have looked very aggressive here in this first period, but NYU is actually out shooting them 15-13. But you got to give a lot of credit to Dmitry Kapranov, who just a night ago 36 for 39 in net, and he is doing his thing here tonight. 1.93 GAA, 93.2 save percentage. He was the 2022-2023 ECHA netminder of the year, and he has just been an absolute rock here so far tonight through the first period. And if you're Villanova, you want to keep your foot on the gas and stay more aggressive here tonight against NYU.
I mean, for Kapranov to not allow a goal in his last 70 minutes, it's pretty impressive. And again, as you mentioned, this is a guy who played last night, didn't get off to the best foot. You know, they were down 2-0 early on in that first period, and then he did Dmitry Kapranov things and was able to just, you know, put his team in a very good position to succeed. And I think that my biggest takeaway from that first period is that, again, Davis is getting blitzed. A lot of guys aren't even, you know, a lot of the forwards that they had over on offense weren't necessarily getting their best shots off, but they were still being unselfish. You saw even Grayson Esposito over on that far wall just trying to get the puck out towards that near wall, and he just dumped it off and was able to utilize that wall, make some nice passes. I think that this team really does show how unselfish they are at times. We had that nice little play from Nick Wood over on that far corner where he was trying to make a pass, but ended up being a shot that ended up going on in. And, you know, it's that type of camaraderie, it's that type of passion, and it's that type of heart that just makes this Villanova Wildcats team unbelievable.
Jonathan Naraki had a power play goal last night. The Wildcats had a power play goal with their second goal here tonight. And Villanova puck drops, second period underway. The Wildcats looking to pad on their advantage. Here over on the near side, it was off the stick of Charlie Gardefee. Another nugget. The Wildcats have taken advantage of neutralizing the key players for NYU, and both Brian Cook and Gardefee had minor opportunities. We've seen Gardefee put some shots up on the board, but just nothing brewing yet for the Violets. So the clock will stop 20 seconds into this second period. Villanova has just done a tremendous job getting shots on goal. 45 shots on goal per game average in their last 5 games. So that's 225 in total. They had 13 in that first period. Obviously looking for more, but you can't complain about the scoring that we've seen from them. Dump in and an opportunity underneath in the slot for Sloboda, but he couldn't put anything on it. Now a one-timer wide over on the far side by Harry Byland. He's had a couple of opportunities for NYU. Had a couple of men back. Kabelski over towards the neutral zone, but it's fielded back down by NYU. Siervaris cross-ice pass now up ahead. Opportunity. Gardefee blows by his man. Puck pops into the air as Balzerati collides with Sloboda. Forces a line change here for the Violets. Minute gone here in this second period. Balzerati up towards the neutral zone, but now poked back towards Kapranov, who has to put the glove on it as charging in was Olsen.
We've seen a lot of defensive tenacity as well. Paul Giannetti's number's been called a lot of times with a couple of blocks. Also Liam Tomczak in that first period. Again, just continues to make block after block after block and just step right in front of Kapranov to protect him a lot of the times. And those types of players really make a difference when you have them on your team.
Light wins the face-off. Slap shot up and off the knee of Kapranov. It was Jonathan Bieber who put one up for NYU. Now looking to dump it off underneath. Opportunity, but the pass just a bit errant. Going back to get it was Anakin, who sends it back down the board. NYU just trying to set something up. Now dump off underneath. Far side, Anakin couldn't put one across. Now hounded into the glass over here on the near side. Villanova looking to just send this puck back down the other way. Light gets slammed into the glass as well. A minute 50 gone here in this second period. It's been a slow-moving period so far in start as the pass is not handled by Anakin, so going back down and race with Naraki. Perone just sends it back the other way. Grayson Esposito is there for Villanova. Pass for Davis is intercepted. NYU taking over. Victor Ding was in the fray. Now up ahead to Light. Dish far side. Moving towards the slot. It was a weird wobbling knuckleball. But Kapranov was able to handle it. Good stick-to-itiveness. So now the Wildcats looking to take it up the other way. Esposito gets slammed but gets it ahead to Naraki. Naraki tries to blow by his man and it's gloved by Perone. So a couple opportunities for the Wildcats as Naraki and Bieber, both Bieber tracked him pretty much all the way there, and that forced that kind of weak shot attempt by Jonathan Naraki. But nonetheless, face-off coming here on the near side.
The difference between the Wildcats and NYU really was just displayed a little bit ago when there was a pass made over to Anakin and it went really wide and Naraki was just able to out-hustle him. That's the difference between the both of these teams.
Luo couldn't handle it, so now a fight here down by Kapranov in the crease. Tyler Cooper looking to win this forecheck. Two black jerseys. Violet's looking to just send this one back out. Trying to circle around the crease and set someone up towards the slot. Far side slap shots up and deflects off the glove of Kapranov. One-timer by Bylan. We've seen him a couple of times put shots on the board for NYU, who's now out shooting Villanova 19-14. 3 minutes gone here in this second period. You're just tuned in. Tom Hill, Jason Joseph here on the call. Hatfield Ice Arena here in Colmar, Pennsylvania. The 17-3-2 Villanova Wildcats looking to improve in the ECHA standings where they're third behind George Mason and Westchester. The season nearing the end. Slap shot way high from Anakin. Now dump, Anakin high slot, puts it up, but it's deflected. A host of gray jerseys, now an opportunity here, but he couldn't handle it. Was Brian Cook over on the near side. NYU has a couple of opportunities. That one, their best, and couldn't get anything on the board though. Wildcats look to take this over. Kind of come out a bit flat here in this second period. Going back to field it, Frank Ciovares. Pressed over on the far side by Ostreicher. Villanova looks to set something up. That shot deflects off Perone at a weird angle, but something brewing maybe for Davion Peretti. Tomchak back to handle it. Over here on the near side, puck squirts free. This will be handled by NYU, taking it up the other way is Cook. Poked and stolen here by Peretti. He puts one up, but it deflects off Perone. Almost a little do-it-yourself. Tomchak has it poked away by Luo. Couple of opportunities for the Wildcats to, in essence, steal a goal. One that Perone and NYU, you would catch them napping. High slap shots up from Tomchak. No, that one off the crossbar. Rapatoni had an opportunity right by the crease. Just missed. Reagan slams his man into the net, or into the glass rather. Smart play to avoid the icing violation. Now an opportunity here for NYU. Dump off underneath. Alex Vivada loses the handle now over cross-ice pass, but it's off the stick of Reagan and into the stick of Thomas Kwong, who sets up his man over here on the far side. Alex Vivada looks to circle in. Trying to set up a cutter Gardefee. Couple opportunities for NYU, nothing brewing, and boy, Rapatoni was that close to making it 3-0.
That close. I mean, it's a game of inches sometimes, man. And for him to just be able to get that type of shot up and just hit it off the crossbar. Obviously, shooters keep shooting, but that's just one of those where you're just like, damn. And again, to his credit, he was able to get back on defense and just be able to just shake that off.
Prime time opportunity for the Wildcats to make it 3-0, but to Jason's point, you have to just shake it off and try to get rid of this here and set yourself back up on the attacking side. Rapatoni on the far side gets pressed by Svoboda. Now an opportunity for Bieber. Dumps it back down for Svoboda. Underneath Michael Rayer. Hounded forecheck by Tomchak. Heward looking to clear it out for the Wildcats as well, but going back to get it is Bieber. Nothing really is completely brewed for the Violets. Have looked like the more aggressive team here in the second period. Far side, Charlie Gardefee. Tomchak just tries to clear it out here near side. Slap shots up and hits the foot of Heward. Opportunity for Huang. Puck just hits off the net on the far side. That freezes us at the 14:42 mark. Tom Hill, Jason Joseph here on the call. Lynch, Balzerati, Karfi, Kabelski check into the game for the Wildcats.
And this is a good time to obviously get some new legs out there, try to see what they can do to just get you some good minutes and shake things up a little bit, because these first 5 minutes, offensively speaking, have not been something that the Wildcats have wanted to come out with to start off the second period.
My correction, Ostriker in for Karfi. Opportunity still here in the attacking zone are the Violets. Pressed on the far side, Olsen. Going to just try to win this forecheck. He did for a second. Now the puck is loose here on the near side and taken into the possession of Spencer Light. Tries to kick it back behind him for Siovaris, who loses the handle. Now an opportunity for Kabelski. Try to put one in. Wood slams a man over here in the neutral zone. High slap shots up, no good. Opportunity for Olsen. Another opportunity here for the Violets. Their 20th shot on goal. Kapranov is able to save that one as well. He has been perfect so far here tonight. And there's save number 21 for the Villanova netminder. 6:02 or 6:58 gone here in this second period. 2-0 Villanova. No scoring yet, though, here in the second. Got to give a lot of credit to this Villanova defense. And boy, a ton of credit, though, goes to Dmitry Kapranov.
Oh, absolutely. He just took one right on his belly, and that's going to leave a mark for tomorrow with the amount of hits that he's been able to take over these last two games.
Up ahead, Charlie Davis. His shift here in the second period. You got to figure Wildcats looking for some juice. Unable to field it was Bieber. Now Davis looking to win the forecheck, could not. So NYU looking to take it up here the other way with numbers. Cross-ice pass, Aaron just out in front of Luo, who has to go back and get it and gets pressed by Tom Lynch. Here come the Wildcats, 2-on-1. Esposito trying to put one up. He tried to set up a pass towards the slot, but it was hit off the stick of a Violet player. Now here far side, slap shot up and just a bit wide, which forces Cooper to get the reflection. Kapranov just has to send this one back towards the neutral zone. Davis handles it, flung by his man here on the far side, and Brian Cook, who just sends the puck right back by the crease. NYU now looking to set something up. They've been very aggressive here in this second period, as we've said. Up ahead, Gardefee. He's checked in for the first time in a while here in this second period. Stops on a dime, blows by Karpi. Now back out for his man. Slap shot up, no good by Byland. Taking over is Peretti over on the far side for the Wildcats. Has McDevitt up ahead. Thomas Heward behind. Pounded back down low. McDevitt overskates the puck and hits the deck. So here come the Violets up the near side. It's Svoboda. Hounded by Cooper. Over into the slot near the crease. And it was off of Kapranov, but no goal for the Violets. They had an opportunity. It was a nifty pass by Svoboda. But nothing yet on the board for NYU. 22 of 22 is Dmitry Kapranov in net.
And good for Karfi to be able to communicate with Kapranov there, because that's the type of player where you have to be on the same page.
Tomchak slams his man into the glass. It was Olsen who took the brunt of that hit. Karfi just trying to poke this one away and avoid any forechecking here. 8 minutes gone here in this second period. 2-0 Villanova Wildcats. Thinks that they are 5-1-2. Here at Hatfield Ice, looking to pick up win number 6, but more importantly, get 2 more points in the ECHA standings, where they sit at third, behind George Mason and Westchester, who are 1-2 respectively. Near side, Wildcats looking to set someone up. Davis motion towards the low slot. Reagan one-timers up, no good. Off the glove of Perrone. NYU look to try to set this up towards Luo, who was at center ice, but he loses the handle. Davis, full head of steam up the far side. Line change a bit late for NYU. Davis looking to do it himself, no good. Rebound opportunity for James Davis. He couldn't put one on the board either. Couple of opportunities for the Wildcats, but just nothing brewing just yet for Villanova. Wildcats looking to get something going. Wood slap shot up, no good. Villanova looking to just send this one up. Davis high above Perrone. Luo takes it up the other way, gets slammed by Wood. Lynch towards center ice, poked away by Luo, but into the possession of Tom Lynch. Opportunity here underneath. Tries to dump it off in for Wood in the low slot. Couldn't put one on the board. Now poking around towards the middle area. Villanova. The clock will freeze here at the 10:22 mark. 2-0 Wildcats. .22 shots on goal for the NYU Violets. Villanova is being outshot 22-19, but they're outscoring NYU 2-0 here in this second period. Tom Hill, Jason Joseph here on the call. Forecheck coming here over on the far side. Kelsey looked to send it out for Villanova. He could not. A little over 10 to play here in this second period. No scoring yet for either side. Couple opportunities. Balzerati tried to put one on the board, could not. That one up and no good by Lynch. A lot of bodies in the fray. Couldn't put that one up on the board. Another opportunity. Lynch, he could dump it back underneath or just do it himself. Tries to do it himself, and Balzerati was in the way. Slap shot off by Ostriker. Could not get it to go. As Perone finally says enough and puts the glove on that. Save number 18 for Peter Perone. Still stand at 2-0.
And that was a golden opportunity there for the Wildcats to be able to try to capitalize, and they just came up empty.
Face-off comes here near side. Davion Peretti looking to win it here for the Wildcats. Villanova, first goal, Thomas Heward early in the first period. Then they scored a power play goal to tack on insurance. But through the first 10 minutes and change here in the second, nothing offensively for either side. But you got to figure with Villanova, you know, it's got to change at some point. You got to figure with their aggression, it will.
And it will, and obviously that just comes with time. I will say that the one thing I noticed from Charlie Gardefee is that he's been changing a lot of directions every time that he has the puck right now, and I think that that's part of the reason why is because he's been so frustrated out there.
Peretti gets forechecked over on the far side. NYU looking to clear this one out. Cooper, the only man back for Villanova, he couldn't handle it as well, and that would be an icing violation. 9:21 mark, we freeze. Tom Hill, Jason Joseph here on the call. Villanova Wildcats 5-1-2 here at home. We're going to pick up 2 more points and get up to 38 points in the ECHA conference standings. George Mason and Westchester are above them at 1 and 2 respectively. Peretti wins the faceoff and now gets slammed right by the crease, behind the crease rather. NYU takes it up the other way. Over on the far side, Svoboda on the pass from Harry Byland. And now just back to clear it was Rayer. Puck loose, going back is Cooper to get it for the Wildcats. 9 to play here in this second period. Hitting the deck, McDevitt falling on his own. And now he just pokes it up ahead, and NYU will take over. Opportunity on the far side from Svoboda. Had a cutter Gardefee and just kind of sends it back down here the near side, looking to get an advantageous bounce. An interception, a phenomenal play by Rayer, and slamming into the glass. Right here on the near side, there was a couple of opportunities for the Violets to put one on the board.
Seems like every time the Violets are just knocking on the door, the Wildcats just continue to say, nope, you're not going to come on in.
22 shots on goal for NYU, 20 for the Villanova Wildcats. NYU does win the faceoff. We can just send it back up ahead here on the far side. There's Mikkel Anakin. Just curled it back around. 8.5 to play here in this second period. We'll be trying to dump it back down here. Send it back off the board was Huang. It's just there was no real angle to put up a slap shot. So Villanova's done a phenomenal job muddying the shooting lanes, and now having to go back and field this is Anakin, who's hounded by Charlie Davis. Seen a lot of him in this period. Still no goal yet for him. He's had 5 straight games with a goal. You got to figure he wants to extend that to 6. Esposito in the neutral zone gets it off the board. Davis now here curling it around off the near side. Naraki gets forechecked into the glass here over on the far side, trying to set up somebody. Esposito looking for Davis down low, but it's intercepted by NYU. Violets just poke this one up the other way, and at the very least they clear out any sort of threat that the Wildcats could present. And that freezes us at 7:42 here in the second period. If you're just tuned in, Tom Hill, Jason Joseph here on the call. Dmitry Kapranov, 22 for 22 in net so far. He has been money. The Wildcats scored a pair of goals in that first period and looking to tack on here more, Jason, in the second.
They keep trying to feed Charlie Davis, and Davis just has not really been able to get a whole lot of shots off, but
Ostriker one-timer, it hits his man Balzerani and deflects into the net. So we've seen a few opportunities for Villanova, but NYU, you got to give them a lot of credit. They've been aggressive, but they have also, helped Villanova here in this second period. A very aggressive, high-octane offense that scored a lot lately, but other than that first period, they've been held in great deal of check here throughout the last 12 and a half minutes.
I think that part of the reason why that they've had a lot of success today in regards to just holding Villanova in check in this second period is because of what Dustin Good has been able to do with his lineups.
Striker pulls it over here. And dump off for Wood, who gets forechecked and pounded on the far side, gets slammed by 2 black jerseys. Still a fight with it. Villanova looking to just probably kick this one out towards somebody on the wing. Lynch and Ostriker back. But now taking it up the other way is NYU. It's a 2-on-1, and Eckstein dumps it back down underneath, setting up a shot for the slot, but Brian Cook could not handle the pass from Deering. Dump off, far side, slap shot up, and deflects off of another gray jersey. That one's up and off the foot of Kapranov. Another opportunity for NYU. They still cannot get the lid off the basket. 6:46 to play here in this second period. Ostriker has to beat his man in Eckstein, who is hounding him. Now underneath towards the slot. And a nice interception there on the far side by Bieber. The puck just squirts here now towards the near side, back by Perrone. Line change comes for both teams. Carthy, Cooper in for Villanova, as well as Rapatoni, who puts one up from the high slot, but it deflects up and behind the net. Trying to send this one out for NYU was Michael Rayer, and he did for a second, but Villanova has Carthy back, which forces Perrone to come out of the net. A little over 6 to play here in the second period. Interception, Rapatoni towards the slot, and he just got absolutely blitzed by a host of black jerseys. Jonathan Bieber put the stick in the fray. Kapranov puts the glove on the puck, and that freezes a wild set of affairs here at the 5:56 mark in this second period.
Rapatoni was on a mission to try to get that goal. You could tell that he was frustrated with the first attempt that he had that hit right off the crossbar, but the Violets were ready for him, and they were just like, nope, you're not going to try to put one in.
Wong couldn't handle it, but now has to go back and get it. Anakin's cross-ice pass is not handled by Victor Ding. So a host of Wildcats are back to field this and try to set some attacking up and some offense up. Villanova had the juice in the first period, not as much here in the second. Another opportunity, far side, light dish into the slot, losing the handle was Ding. And he almost put one up and on the board now. An opportunity for Light, but he couldn't put it up on the board in the slot. Clock freezes at the 5:26 mark. 23 shots on goal for NYU compared to Villanova's 21, but this could be a big pivotal opportunity for the Violets to cut into that 2-0 deficit, as Villanova will be down a man for the next 2 minutes. Jonathan Naraki will take a seat.
Saw a lot of action going on between Jackson Olsen and Brandon Sargent, but I didn't really see too much of what happened with Jonathan Naraki there.
Opportunity here for the Violets to answer. Light had a few opportunities. Cross-ice pass, slap shot up and wide and deflects off of Light. It was an opportunity for Brian Cook. Leads the NYU Violets in goals with 11 coming into tonight. That opportunity is saved by Kapranov, but underneath, and the Violets eventually score. The puck just stayed right there for Ciavaris, who puts one on the board and cuts into that Villanova lead, which is now 2-1.
He was just there on the backhand, too, and you figured that the first time that he tried to put it up and in, Kapranov tried to get the glove down, just bounced a little bit too far out in front of him, though, and Ciavaris was just like, I'm just trying to take this one to the house, and he did. Put it right into the left crease.
Frank Ciavaris with goal number 4 on the year. He's up to 11 points. One of the few Violet players in double-digit points. So just like that, it's now a 2-1 game. And another opportunity for the Violets to answer. Anakin could not, though, as it was behind the net and behind the crease of Kapranov. Getting slammed on the forecheck is Wood, and now it's stolen here by Ding. Nifty move, tries to set up a pass for Olsen, who couldn't handle it. It was just a bit out in front of him. 4:40 to play here in this second period. Into the slot, opportunity for the Violets to put one on the board, but they could not. It was Ding who had an opportunity with some speed right to the left, to Kapranov's left.
Well, when you're not able to get points on the board offensively and you get a little bit frustrated out there, that means that defensively that you still have to keep your head in the game. And right now, Villanova sort of letting it not necessarily get away from them, but they've sort of eased up a little bit on the defensive side.
Cook and Balzerani in the face-off. It's handled by the Wildcats. Wood here up the near side. Blue by Bieber. Now with 2 black jerseys in the fray. His slap shot's up, no good. Just wide to the left as he was fading away from the high slot. Wildcats looking to set something up. A little over 4 to play here in this second period. Tomchak lost the handle for a second. Now makes a nifty move. Spinning, trying to blow by his man. And Anakin, who gets forechecked into the glass over on the far side. Here come the Violets, near side, 2-on-1 brewing. Only Reagan back, slap shot up and off the foot of Kapranov. An opportunity for Max Eckstein, but he could not put one on the board, which would have tied the game at 2. And now a loose stick over on the far side as Tomchak lost his weaponry.
Violets have been making a lot of noise over these last couple of minutes, Tom, and Villanova just able to get some bounces to go their way, even though they had that one bad bounce. And another power play opportunity here. You see that Anakin, who's been pretty animated, now going over in the box. It would be really nice to try to go up 3-1 here.
Yeah, Villanova has scored one of their 2 goals. Really the difference in this game on that power play back in the first period. And now Davis on his shift here late in the second. You got to figure Bobko and Moore's looking to take advantage. Peretti, one-timer is up. No good, save by Perone. He was way high at the point. The only man really in his face was Rayer.
Lots of power on that shot, though, and we've seen, or we haven't really seen a lot of power on some of these shots on goals that they were able to provide here in the second period, but that was a pretty tough one.
Cross-ice pass not handled by Lynch. Hounded and pressed down by Gardefee, who almost picked his pocket. Minute 40 to play on this power play. 3.5 left in this second period. Tom Hill, Jason Joseph here on the call. Charlie Davis, 5 straight games with a goal, leads the team with 17, loses the handle over on the far side. Esposito slams his man into the glass, circling it around. Villanova looking to set up a shot. Peretti, the dish to Lynch, back to Peretti. His slap shot's up and off the glove of Perone, but it kicks back out to Lynch. Hounded by Gardefee. Puck squirts free. Peretti to Lynch. Into Davis. Another pass, and not handled by Naraki. He sends it back out to Lynch. That one is up in the crease, and Villanova almost scored their 3rd goal of the night with Esposito falling down in the crease. Frozen as the clock at 2:51 with a minute left here on this power play. Boy, they were that close to some more insurance.
He got tripped up there, and unfortunately the stick was tangled a little bit. And when you're clanking it with another one of those Violet players, it's hard to just be able to get on up, but man, so close.
Wood hits the deck. Ford checking here over on the far side. Balzerati looking to try to kick it out. Opportunity for Tomchak. Slap shot is saved by Perone. Couple of opportunities on this power play. So the Wildcats have been aggressive. They have not yet cashed in on the power play, but also here in this period. Got to give a lot of credit to the blue line of NYU as well as the netminder and Peter Perrone, who's really recovered after a bit of a shaky first period, and it's just his second game in net this year. Villanova defeated NYU 5-3 last night. It was Clay Perkins who got the start. He sends it off of Kapranov down the other way was Ding. 35 seconds to go here on this power play. Villanova looking to try to cash in. They've had their opportunities. Over to Belzerati. Looking to blow by his man in Bieber. It's forechecked into the glass. Back to Reagan here at the wing. Loses the handle, has to go back and try to field it. But an opportunity for Light, who puts one up, but Kapranov comes way out of the net to put the glove on it. Spencer Light, just a flash, bursting down the seam and look to try to tie us at 2 with 2:03 to play here in this second period. 12 seconds remain here on the power play. If you just tuned in, Tom Hill, Jason Joseph here on the call. 2-1 Villanova. They led 2-0 after one. But the Violets have cut into that. Slap shot is saved by Kapranov. It was Bieber on the near side at the right wing. Now under 2 to play.
I don't care if I have to repeat myself and if I sound like a broken record, Tom, but Kapranov is a wall, and he's just such a sensational talent.
Other than the Siovaris goal, nothing really brewing for the Violets, but got to give them a lot of credit for killing this. And sending another man back out on the ice. So back to 5-on-5. We'll see if the Wildcats could take advantage here, though. Full head of steam, the Rocky. Dish underneath. Davis puts it up, and it deflects off Perrone. And NYU will just send this back down the other way. That was Davis's golden opportunity. We've seen him get blitzed a lot in this game, Jason, something you've mentioned. But you got to figure 5 straight games with a goal for number 71, and that was a primetime opportunity for him individually, but also for the Wildcats to go up too.
They had a 3-on-2 opportunity there too, and those are the types of things, again, saw the Rappattoni shot that went right off the crossbar. Esposito almost had a goal on a rebound. Like, these little things have come back to really bite this Wildcats team, and
Lynch,
it could be
one-timers off of Perrone. Peretti trying to fork it back the other way. Minute 25 to play here in the second period. NYU looking to take it up the other way with some aggression over on the far side. Ding. His pass up ahead for Zach Deering, who gets slammed into the glass on the forecheck by Walter Ostreicher. Villanova takes it up the other way. Their last little hit potentially here in the second period. Peretti stops on a dime, puts it up, no good. It deflects off the knee of Perrone. Couple of opportunities. Lynch has it deflected off of Spencer Light's stick. Under a minute to play here in this second period. No icing call. McDevitt in for Villanova. We're checking over on the far side with Harry Byland. Looks like NYU has an opportunity to set something up. Pass for the neutral zone is intercepted over on the far side by Lynch. Now into the neutral zone goes Light, full head of steam, stops on a dime, over on the far side, puts it up. It's off the glove of Kapranov and behind him. Poking it up away here on the far side. Villanova looking to just send this one up ahead, but it's intercepted. Now the dish to Light, but he couldn't find it. It's off his foot. Now Tom Lynch just trying to clear this out for the Wildcats. Carfey back near the crease. Hounded by Gardefee and Cook, a host of black jerseys. Kick back out, slap shots up and deflects off Kapranov. An opportunity for Byland. He's had a couple for the Violets. And that will take us to the end of period number 2 here at Hatfield Ice Arena in Colmar, Pennsylvania. NYU did get on the board. Frank Siovaris with goal number 4 on the year for him. So the Wildcats nursing a 2-1 lead now after 2 periods. And Jason, you got to give a lot of credit to the NYU Violets. They were more aggressive in that first period, outshooting Villanova 15-13, and now also outshooting them 15-14 in this period and outscoring them 1-0. We have obviously detailed how great Kapranov has been in the net so far here tonight. He's 29 for 30. That is just impeccable so far. But if you're Villanova, we like the aggression, we like the scoring early on, but you got to figure you want to see more of that if you're trying to salt away a win against an NYU team that has dropped their last 9.
You could tell that as soon as Rappattoni tried to put up that shot and hit right off the crossbar, that was sort of demoralizing for them. And I think that it sort of got into their heads a little bit because they were not necessarily lackadaisical on the defensive side, but they were not getting back and they were not, just speeding back over to protect Kapranov a couple of times. And Cap can only do so much, especially when it comes to playing on a back-to-back. There's only so much that he can do. And I thought that at times, Villanova, because they were not able, that they were almost able to get some shots in there, it sort of let that get into their heads, and you can't do that because if you give, it doesn't matter how the Violets are playing, you can't give them life.
And another thing, too, the Wildcats, Grayson Esposito had an opportunity there on the crease, but he couldn't really extend his stick, something to your point, and couldn't score there despite the puck and him being right there. And another player that I wanted to mention, Charlie Davis. This is a guy who has just been absolute money this year for Bobko and John Moores. 17 goals, 30 points, both marks lead Villanova. He's been blitzed a lot by NYU defense, and they have really kept him in wraps.
But also, he had an opportunity to score too on a little 3-on-2, and he was over on the near side in between the circles, and he just couldn't get the shot off in a good spot. But he had the momentum, he had the stride, just was not able to put it on in there. And so the bottom line is that it's not like that they're not getting looks. They're getting their looks, they're just not able to capitalize. And you don't want that to get into your head when you go into this third period. You got to sort of clean slate. That has to be the mindset.
Villanova up 2-1 over the NYU Violets. With Jason Joseph, I'm Tom Hill. Stay tuned for third period of action. 20 minutes left to go here at Hatfield Ice Arena. Tom Hill, Jason Joseph will be back after this. Back to the action here at Hatfield Ice Arena here in Colmar, Pennsylvania with Jason Joseph. My name's Tom Hill. The Villanova Wildcats came in record of 17-3-2, 36 points in the ECHA Conference, third behind George Mason and Westchester in the ECHA standings. The NYU Violets, who trailed 2-1 in this game, came in 4-16, 2-5 on the road, and dead last in their first season in the ECHA. 9 straight losses for NYU, 6 straight ECHA wins for the Villanova Wildcats. So, listen, if something is similar to that first period for Villanova offensively, Jason, then they're going to walk out of here winners of 7 in a row and 2 in a row against this NYU squad.
Clean slate to start off the third period here. We all know what happened in that second period. They had a lot of chances that they could have capitalized on, but again, you just got to shake it off, and you have to start off this period strong.
Puck dropped, and third period is underway. Villanova nursing a 2-1 lead. Now moving left to right on the timeline. Kabelski looked to try to forecheck his man, but NYU able to take over with the puck here near side. Svobata up the near side, trying to send this one away to get an advantageous bounce for Gardafi. Ricochet, rather. Now forechecking here on the far side is Tomchak, who sends it over to Kabelski. We're going to get a whistle call just 29 seconds into period number 3. As the puck, check that, the net moved off its placement. We've seen that a couple of times in this game.
On both sides.
On both sides, too, so just some equipment malfunction, but nothing more, nothing less. Villanova had a power play goal deep in that first period. That's the difference in this game between these two squads. Thomas Heward had his second goal of the year that started the scoring for the Wildcats, and then they added that power play goal, but then Frank Ciavaris answered for NYU in the second, and that's really the summary of the scoring here for both teams.
I think that's something else that's sort of been underlined or just hidden under the carpet too, is that they haven't really been winning a lot of face-offs.
Reagan up ahead to Wood, man back Bieber for NYU. Cross-ice pass here to Anakin. Trying to set something up here near side. Jackson Olsen. Pass Aaron for Bieber, who has to go back and retreat towards the neutral zone. Line change comes. Charlie Davis and Naraki in for Villanova. Full head of steam. Bieber looking to dump off potentially for Olsen, who is in the low slot, who cut towards it. Now up ahead go the Wildcats. Naraki pokes it for Esposito. Looking for Davis, intercepted by Bieber, who gets hounded by Jonathan Naraki, and the puck squirts free up ahead to Davis, looking to try to free him up and get some offense on the board for the Wildcats. They had a power play opportunity in that second period and a few opportunities, but could not take advantage. Bieber just sends this one back off the far side board. Ostriker one-timer, no good. Kicked out to Esposito, but it's stolen by Zequan Luo. An icing call will be granted over on the other side. 18:22 mark here in this third period. Tom Hill, Jason Joseph, Rival Sports Media. Here tonight, the Villanova Wildcats looking to win game number 7 in a row, and their 6th here at Hatfield Ice. But NYU has been very aggressive here tonight, Jason.
They have been very aggressive, but again, to Villanova's credit, they're still trying to stay locked on in, and the special teams have done a very good job.
The striker over on the far side wing just pokes it out towards McDevitt, who gets slammed into the glass on the forecheck by Mikal Anakin. Squirting free, Luo cross-ice pass. Now an opportunity for Ding, who just sends it back down here the near side. Villanova having to retreat, which forces the line change here for the Violets. Cross-ice pass towards the neutral zone. Heward loses the handle, and it's poked away by Thomas Huang. Now up ahead go the Violets. An opportunity for Luo on the far side, who's pressed by Heward. Now back out to the wing. One-timer is up. A lot of bodies in the fray. Kapranov was able to handle, and another opportunity for NYU. Spinning around a couple of times was Brian Cook. Couldn't put one on the board. That one up and no good from Huang. NYU, couple of opportunities. Pass for Huang, just a bit out in front by Bylan. So Ostriker will go back to field, and the Wildcats will take over. At 3 minutes gone here in this third period. Line change came. Bylan to almost intercept it for a second. Now a fight as the stick was grabbed. Wood grabbed the stick. It looked like it's Svobodka. Both teams aggressive here early in this third period. Wildcats looking to clear this out. Over by the blue line was Siovaris, who's the only offense tonight for NYU. He's being forechecked by two gray jerseys on the far side, and both Balzerati and Wood. Ryan Cook trying to maybe throw a life preserver, if you will. We're going to get an offsides coming, but nonetheless, a stoppage here at the 16:46 mark. Carfee, Cooper, Naraki, Esposito, and Charlie Davis, the skaters here for the Wildcats.
I'm a little bit shocked that Morse decided to play Carfee a lot in that second period, and now not so much here in this third period so far.
Also seen a lot of Thomas Heward in this game. He got his second goal of the year, the first goal of the three for both teams here tonight. Naraki back underneath for Davis. The disc to Naraki in the high slot. Slap shot up the good. His own rebound. He puts it up but can't put it in as it went behind the net. And boy, Perone might have got away with one there. Real primetime opportunity for Jonathan Naraki to put one on the board. He had a power play goal in the last game against NYU. Nothing yet here tonight. It's now an opportunity here for the Violets. But Cooper crawling here on the near side, looking to just send this one up towards the neutral zone. It's intercepted by Spencer Light. The one man back is Carfee for Villanova. Wildcats looking to try to take over, and they do for a second, but it's intercepted by Huang, who sends it back towards Kapranov, dumps it off for Cooper, who invites a host of black jerseys to him. Not a whole lot of slot movement for the Violets offensively to try to get some scoring going. Down 2-1 in this game. Rapatoni at center ice, two black jerseys in the fray. Both Olsen and Spencer Light. James Davis just sends this one back down the other way, but NYU does the same thing, so that forces Tomczak to have to try to go back and get it, but he will not. So it'll be an icing violation, 15-20 mark here in this third period. Tom Hill, Jason Joseph here on the call. Villanova being outshot by NYU 32-28, but they're outscoring them 2-1 thanks to two first period goals, but they've had a lot of opportunities to add some insurance.
Tom, you know whose name I haven't heard a lot of today? Charlie Gardefee. Haven't heard a lot of his name today, and that's just a credit to how good this Villanova defense has been.
Brian Cook as well. Villanova's done a great job this season neutralizing, or at least minimizing, the opposition's best player. As the clock will stop at the 15:07 mark here in this third period. We've seen a more aggressive third for the Wildcats. You know, it was scoreless second when it was flat early, and then eventually the Violets got on the board. You got to figure this aggression could carry over.
Yeah, they're winning in the neutral zone, and that certainly does help.
Ready looked to send this one over towards somebody to clear it out, but James Davis didn't have an angle. Violets looking to send something up towards the neutral zone, but Reagan back. Right on cue, Jason's point. James Reagan, the man back to just send this one back up towards the crease. To set something up was Mikkel Anakin. Now fight with it here near side. Reagan looking for something to envelop. Stops on a dime, now cuts underneath. Davis almost kicked it in. But smart gloving by Perone at the last second as that was just inching towards that red line back there. 14:33 mark here in this third period. Balzerati and Wood on the ice with Tomczak and Reagan. As well as Timmy Kabelski. Slap shot Reagan wide to the right. They set up a ricochet and does an advantageous one to Tomczak, who floats one in, but it's intercepted back down by Siovaris. Now towards the neutral zone, but intercepted. Here come the Wildcats. Balzerati slap shot off the glove of Perone. And ricochets back towards the neutral zone. And as the puck head out and stop us at 14-11. So a couple opportunities here as that starting line for Bobko and John Moore's back out on the ice, looking to give them some more juice and insurance, but got to give a lot of credit to these Violet defenders and also Peter Perone in net. Balzerati, one-timer, no good, just wide to the right. They do get a ricochet. Wood trying to win the forecheck over on the far side with Charlie Gardefee. Gardefee looking to poke it out. Wood gets hit, slammed to the ground by Anakin. Reagan couldn't get an angle to clear it back, and now hounded by Alex Swoboda. But an icing violation will be called. So slower paced third period to say the least. Balzerati right off the faceoff, bidding for his 9th goal of the year. But we've seen this a lot tonight, Jason, with the Wildcats. Couple opportunities, but just nothing yet in terms of insurance.
Yeah, they definitely had their opportunities. Balzerati certainly wanted to try to redeem himself after he missed a goal before that. Just wasn't able to do so, though.
Curling around over on the far side, Anakin loses the handle. Tomchak, nifty pass into Davis, who's back out on the ice for Villanova. Reagan finds him, but he's hounded by Michael Rayer. Dump underneath for Reagan. Trying to set up Esposito, who couldn't find the puck for a second. Now up ahead to Swoboda towards the neutral zone. Far side pass to Esposito. Look up ahead for Naraki, who's trying to forecheck Anakin over on the far side. Trying to win it. Gardefee as well for NYU. So now a 2-on-2 brewing opportunity. Slap shots up and deflects off the glove of Kapranov and goes way up. Prime time opportunity for Charlie Gardefee over on the far side, but another save by Kapranov, who has been an absolute wall back there.
But also to add some resistance off of that shot, Reagan did a good job of just getting the stick in there. So far in this third period, I've been keeping track. He has 3 blocks, and I think that he's been the player of this third period so far, defensively speaking.
Villanova scored 92 goals this season. They've only allowed 48, one of the best goal prevention teams in the entire ECHA conference. One-on-one, Charlie Davis up ahead with only one man to beat, and the only man back there did beat him. Phenomenal play by Byland, just getting his stick in the fray and not letting Charlie Davis flex his offensive prowess. Naraki on the far side looking to try to get out of the forecheck. Now 3 black jerseys swarm Esposito, which sets up a 2-on-2 brewing here over on the far side. Dump underneath. Opportunity for Ding, spinning around, loses the handle. Here come the Wildcats up the far side. Davis lost the handle. With back is Lynch, who just pokes it up the other way as he gets slammed by Olsen on the forecheck. NYU looking to set something up. 12-20 mark here in this third period. Tom Hill, Jason Joseph here on the call. Villanova Wildcats scored 2 goals in the first. NYU Violets answered with 1 in the second. That's where we stand 2-1 the score here with 12 left to play in the third. Underneath, Cutter Hoover towards the low slot, couldn't put anything up. Trying to battle on the forecheck was McDevitt and Spencer Light. Now Light towards center ice, trying to take it up ahead. It's smacked down by McDevitt, who now will take over here on the far side, looking to get around Peretti. Has Hoover nearing towards the slot, but loses the handle. Taking it up the other way, Thomas Huang, but back are the Wildcats. Carfey tried to send this one back for Heward, who was leaving on the line change. Nick Wood back out on the fray for Villanova with Davion Peretti as well. Carfey and Cooper, the defenseman for Villanova. And back by Kapranov, opportunity for the Violets to potentially tie us. And losing the handle was Huang, so now a one-on-one Kabelski trying to beat Perron. He puts it up and it's off his left foot. Perron saves it. Boy, wow. That was dangerous for Peter Perron and the NYU Violets, as it was just a streaking Timmy Kabelski with nobody to beat. Another opportunity for insurance for the Wildcats, but the NYU Violets are able to see that one through as well.
Great defensive play, obviously, but Kabelski, I thought that maybe he was just a little bit of a step late, and that could have been pretty dangerous.
Carfey one-timer right into the chest of Perron. So we do it again. Another face-off coming 11:08 mark here in this third period. Villanova has looked more aggressive here in the third than the second. Carfey pokes it up ahead. It actually deflects off of a Violet player and Rayer. Wildcats looking to set up a cutter. Wood near side. Nothing has developed now, trying to do it himself is Wood, and he puts it up and in! Nick Wood adds insurance for the Wildcats. They're up 3-1. Nick Wood with his 6th goal of the year.
And his 2nd goal of the day as well. I mean, that time he had a better angle. The first time that he had it, he was over on the corner and just was able to get it in, even though it was supposed to be a pass. But hey, for him to just be able to get 2 goals in this game, I mean, that goal right there was huge, because that right there is really puts them up by 2, but it feels more like a 5-point lead at this point.
It sure does, and you got to figure that insurance was much, much, much needed, especially given a lot of those opportunities, Jason, where it felt like if the Wildcats can score here and go up 2 and go up 3, and NYU just kept seeing them out, but nothing really brewed in that second period. But now finally, you almost kind of feel like even though there's 10:25 left to play, that's kind of the dagger, unless NYU does have some scare here. They've been very aggressive themselves as well. You got to give them a lot of credit against a tough Villanova defensive team. And Dmitry Kupranov, 31 for 32 as the netminder tonight for the Wildcats. Just a day after he was 36 or 39 against this team. An opportunity right near the crease was Victor Ding. He couldn't put one on the board for the Wildcats. They have another opportunity. That one no good. Another opportunity, but it's just sent out by Kupranov. Jackson Olsen had 2 golden opportunities for the Violets. He couldn't put one across.
And Kupranov spread his legs right there, just got it right off of his knee pad.
Time stops at the 9:42 mark. A wild last couple of minutes. Nick Wood with the icing on the cake. Still a lot of time left to play, but the Wildcats up 3-1. If you're just tuned in, Tom Hill, Jason Joseph here on the call. Wildcats 30 shots on goal. The NYU Violets 32 shots. Starting line back out on the ice for Coach Bobko and Moores, Balzarati, Wood, with Tomczak and Reagan. And not a fan of the call is the Villanova contingency, but nonetheless, Jonathan Naraki has to take a seat for 2 minutes. The only second power play on the day for NYU.
Penalty kill here would be absolutely huge. Naraki has had a pretty good day. Offensively speaking, he had a couple of opportunities to try to get a couple of shots in there, but it would be devastating if they allow a goal here.
Villanova's only allowed 8 goals and 63 opportunities on penalty kills this season, so they have been very stout in that department. You got to give a lot of credit to how strong their defense is, muddying up the shooting lanes and the passing lanes, and you do have to give a lot of credit to this NYU Violet squad. They've hung tough, and a night after falling short against this Wildcat team in a more higher scoring game at 5-3, but they've had a lot of shots. They're still out shooting Villanova 32-30, and they've had a slew of opportunities to try to get back into this game. But down 2 with 9:42 left to play, it is a daunting task. We'll see if they're able to cut into that here. Opportunity, face off. Brian Cook looked to win it for NYU. He did. Now hounded and forechecked here on the near side. Wildcats looking to just send this one back out and kill this. And just take as much time as they possibly can off the clock. Light far side, one-timer, ricochets off Kupranov. Gray jersey in the slot, and I believe the crease rather, and I think he took advantage of that as well. Wood puts one up on the board again! More insurance for Villanova. They're up 4-1. Have a day, Nick Wood.
Is that a hat trick? It is.
Hat trick for Nick Wood. They're throwing their hats on the ice here at Hatfield Ice Arena. Nick Wood, a phenomenal feat, doing it yourself. His 8th goal of the year, his 3rd goal of the game. He has been spectacular.
And that was also on a penalty kill, so the 9th goal on a penalty kill this year. That's impressive.
Very impressive for this Wildcat team, and it was very up and down this game in terms of aggression. The Wildcats have hung through, and they are just 9 minutes away from winning their 7th straight game here in ECHA play. 2 straight against this NYU team, and the Violets are in jeopardy now, real jeopardy of falling as losers of 10 in a row and falling to 4-17 on the 2024-2025 campaign. Just trying to set something up here with 8:45 left here in this game. Breyer pokes it over to Bieber on the far side. Ready towards center ice, but he does get it over to Svoboda. Stick loose. Tomchak forechecks him, slams him right into the glass. As the stick is still loose. It was Davion Paredes. Perron just sends this one back up ahead for Rayer. Full head of steam towards center ice, passes the neutral zone, trying to blow by Tomchak and loses the puck in the process. Davis just sends it back up on the board over on the far side. Perron has to come out of the net and field it. He's got to be careful though with Kabelski nearing. Bieber sends it back up off the board over to Rayer. Cross ice pass is intercepted. It was intended for Frank Siovaris. Tom Lynch, active stick. Now under 8 to play here. Villanova with a 4-1 lead. Nick Wood, a hat trick. As Kapranov gloves that one, a minor opportunity for NYU. Still on the power play with 6 seconds left, but Villanova scored on this penalty kill, and you got to give a lot of credit to Nick Wood, who has just done a tremendous job this season. He's now up to 8 goals and 13 points. Honored here alongside many other seniors for this Villanova Wildcats team, as the Wildcats do get another skater back out on the ice as they not only kill it but also score on it. So back to 5-on-5 with 7:32 left to play. Icing call comes, and that'll freeze us at that exact time. Tom Hill, Jason Joseph here on the call. We have been treated to an individual masterclass from the senior Nick Wood on senior night, a hat trick. 2 of his 3 goals coming here in this third period. He wasn't playing around. Wanted to really put this NYU team away, and Villanova poised to win their 7th straight game in ECHA play.
And the underlying story, too, has been Kapranov. I mean, a guy who plays last night against the same team, able to make adjustments. And Nick Wood, obviously, he's been the big storyline tonight, but Cap's doing a good job.
Another slap shot up and saved by Kapranov. He has just been an absolute wall. Victor Deng put that one on with a lot of velocity, but nothing yet. Another slap shot here at the left point by Brian Cook, but again, it hits off of the Villanova defenseman. McDevitt up the other way. Nifty move towards the high slot, spinning around, just poking it out in front. Stolen by Gardefee. 6:48 left here in this third period. NYU still out shooting Villanova 33-32, despite being outscored 4-1. Bieber far side puts one up, not a lot of velocity. It hits off the knee of Kapranov. 6:32 left to play here in this third period. Wildcats looking to keep pace with both George Mason and Westchester. Villanova will play George Mason on the road next Friday, then close out the regular season next Saturday at home against TCNJ. Luo right by the crease. Kapranov puts the glove on the puck, and that freezes us at the 6:11 mark here in this third period. Tom Hill, Jason Joseph here on the call. The Wildcats, barring anything unforeseen, will improve to a record of 18-3-2. 7 straight ECHA wins. It'll be 8 straight wins for the club overall. They haven't lost since January 10th at home against Westchester. Dump here for Bieber from McCall-Anakin. Forward checking here over on the far side. Wildcats looking to just clear this one out, not let the Violets get into this deep into this third period. Anakin at the blue line. Cross to Bieber, one-timer. It hits the knee of Kapranov and ricochets over towards the near side. Clock will stop at the 5:45 mark. Villanova will improve to 6-1-2 here at home. Another important nugget as well is they've scored a power play goal, have the Wildcats. They've also scored on a penalty kill. Nick Wood, the story here tonight, the senior with a hat trick, 3 goals here on senior night. High slap shots up and gloved by Kapranov. Svoboda put velocity on that. But Kapranov has just been an absolute wall here tonight and does it again. 33 for 34. He was 36 for 39 against this NYU team last night. the 2022-2023 netminder of the year in the ECHA conference, the junior out of Holmdel, New Jersey. Davis takes it up here the other way. Full head of steam. He's had 5 straight games with a goal, looking to make it 6. Gets slammed by Svoboda. He's not letting anything get by. Now by the crease over towards the far side. Olsen gets hounded by Naraki. Reagan back for the Wildcats. Pressed by Deering. Now Esposito dump for Davis. Full head of steam with 2 to beat. Charlie Davis, nifty move. Tries to blow by his man. Puts it up, no good. Saved by Perron. Not a lot of mustard on the shot as he had to kind of do a weird herky-jerky move to get it by Bieber. One-timer from Ostriker, no good. NYU looking to take it up the other way. 4:47 to play here in this third period. 4-1 Villanova. Nick Wood with a hat trick. Tom Hill, Jason Joseph here on the call. Jason manning the post-game interview. In all likelihood, we will talk to the senior Wood after his phenomenal game. Another penalty comes here for the Wildcats. Jonathan Naraki will take his seat for 2 minutes. Wildcats just scored a goal on their own penalty kill, so this is not foreign affairs for Villanova. Rarefied air, rather. Dump underneath. Trying to put one up in the slot was Gardefee, who's been quiet here today for NYU. Frank Ciovaris, the only offense for the Violets. Pass just a bit too far out in front for Light. Looking to set something up back for Olsen. 2 gray jerseys in the zone underneath Gardefee. Trying to put one up, but 3 gray jerseys converge. Now forechecking over on the far side glass with 4:08 left here in this third period. 1:20 left on the penalty kill for the Wildcats, who are down 5-4 here. But leading in the game 4-1, now under 4 to play in the game. Going to clear it out here. Trying to put one up was Olsen. Had to send one under the legs of Gardefee. Now poking it over here on the far side. Light looking to blow by Balzarati. He does for a second. But sending it back down the other way was Nick Wood. 47 seconds left to go here on this penalty kill. We'll see if NYU is able to get more than 1 goal here tonight. Just the Frank Ciovaris goal in the second, where it felt like we had some opportunity for the Violets to take over. Tomchak slammed Rayer over on the far side. Could see something brew here late in this game. Still 3:06 to play. Reagan looking to clear it out as he gets slammed over on the far side by Anakin. Trying to battle in the slot. Anakin looked to put one across. That one up. No good by Byland. 2:50 left to play here in this game. Perron comes out of the net to just dump it down. It's another skater back out on the ice. It's Naraki for Villanova. He was the one guilty verdict just a couple of minutes ago. Now 2:35 to play here in this game. Up ahead go the Violets. We move underneath, trying to put one up and almost putting one up and in. A lot of bodies down there by the crease. Bodies hitting the deck, and we have a fight brewing here right behind the net. This is the first time it's really gotten out of hand between these two squads as they're going at it. You got to figure second straight night between both of these teams. It's going to be a battle still battling are Rayer and Peretti. Just trying to air it out late here in this game. Villanova up 4-1. And they will finalize their regular season next week on the road against George Mason, and then they wrap up their home slate against TCNJ a week from today. Davion Peretti will take a seat here for 2 minutes. So a large majority of this game will not feature him as there's 2:24 left to play. Still sorting out everything here for both squads. Got to give a lot of credit to Dmitry Kapranov here tonight. You're just tuned in. Tom Hill here on the call. Jason Joseph, my color analyst, and now reporting on the sideline. But you know, Nick Wood is really the story with his hat trick. Scored a goal in the first, 2 more here in the third. But Dmitry Kapranov, 37 for 38 as the netminder tonight for John Moores and Mark Bobko, and he was 36 for 39 last night as well. Immediate whistle here at the 2:24 mark. So we have some jawing between both teams. Villanova down a man, so it'll be a 5-on-4, at least for the time being. But a stoppage still comes here at the 2:24 mark, looking to sort everything out. Villanova up 4-1. You got to give a lot of credit to their offense, as both Rayer and Peretti were involved in that scrum, so they'll both be in the penalty box for the next 2 minutes of this contest. Olsen at the high point, dish, pass just errand intended for Siovaris, who is the only offense tonight, but that one is up and through. Jackson Olsen puts one on the board for the Violets. So it's now a 4-2 game. Olsen, the senior out of State Line, Nevada, adds his 6th goal on the season. Ties him with Michael Rayer for 3rd in that department, behind Charlie Gardefee with 9 and Brian Cook, who leads the Violets with 11. It's still 4-2 here, 2:11 left in the game, 1:48 left on both penalties. But we'll see if the Violets could maybe scratch and claw here. A lot of hill climbing left here, though, under 2 minutes left to play. The Wildcats looking to just salt this one away. Clock stops with 1:55 left to play here in this game, and 1:32 left on both power plays, with Rayer and Peretti taking a seat. One thing I will mention is that Villanova has averaged 45 shots on goal per game in their last 5 games, and the offense has also jumped to 4 here tonight. 3 goals of the 4 by Nick Wood with a hat trick, and he's up to 8 goals individually on the season. NYU pulls the goalie here in this game to try to get an extra skater on the ice. He did score with Olsen just about a minute ago. But you know, if you're Villanova, you're staring at George Mason, who leads the way in the ECHA conference, and then Westchester second. But if you're the Wildcats, you have to feel very confident about the type of stretch you've had, now winning 7 straight ECHA games, and more importantly, the offense has come alive. Charlie Davis's goal streak will stop at 5 games in a row in all likelihood. Minor opportunity here underneath by the crease. Olsen looked to put one across. Clock stops at 1:19. Boy, there was some late fire here by NYU. Despite being down 4-2 in this game, they could make it real interesting real late. So a face-off comes here on the near side. It'll be Cook for NYU and Naraki for Villanova. Dish, far side, high slap shot up, one-timer from Olsen. He gets it back. The dish here near side, and poking it away from Siovaris was Naraki. Little over a minute left to play here in this game. Puck pops high up into the air. The clock stops with 1:03 left. 40 seconds left here on this power play for both teams. NYU forced to pull the goalie Perone. Now they'll bring him back out because of the face-off coming here deep in their own zone. Nick Wood with a hat trick here tonight, and the Wildcats have just been rolling offensively. They've been rolling as a team. Now under a minute to play here in this third period. Violet's looking to just make it interesting on the scoreboard. Light trying to blow by Tomchak, stops on a dime. Nifty move now back by the blue line. Dish underneath here. Olsen finds Gardefee cutting towards the slot, couldn't handle it. So now poking it up away on the other way. Naraki with that empty net staring him right there down the way. Couldn't put one up on the board. 35 seconds left. NYU back to retreat up ahead to Olsen in the neutral zone. 31 seconds left to play here in this game. Olsen puts one up. It deflects off the foot of Tomchak. Both teams will get both skaters back here out on the ice. Davis will retreat this puck, looking to try to put it in the empty net with 17 seconds left to play. He tries to put one up, but couldn't put it in. Tomchak streaking towards the far side, but it's handled by Michael Rayer. 8 seconds left to play here in this game. Last little hit here for the Violets. NYU will send this one back out, and that will do it. The Villanova Wildcats defeat the NYU Violets by a score of 4-2. Nick Wood with a hat trick here on senior night. He went from 5 season goals up to 8 in just one night. He had a goal last night. He had 3 here tonight. Villanova improves to a record of 18-3-2. They now have 38 points in the ECHA conference standings. They improved to 6-1-2 here at home at Hatfield Ice Arena. And they have won 7 straight ECHA contests, 8 straight wins overall. And the NYU Violets will drop to 4-17. They're now 2-6 on the road, dead last in the ECHA in their first season in the ECHA, and they have lost 10 straight games. So it has been an interesting stretch here for the Wildcats, where they've really got going, and it can't be stressed that it has come at a perfect time for this team. Charlie Davis had 5 straight games with a goal. He snapped that streak here tonight, but Nick Wood did a large majority of the heavy lifting here tonight in this game. The senior with a hat trick, honored before the game on senior night. Villanova winners 4-2 in this game, and you got to give a ton of credit to the job that Dmitry Kapranov did as the netminder tonight. 2 straight games in goal tonight. He was 37 for 39. Last night he was 36 for 39. NYU forced a ton of shots. They actually outshot Villanova in this game 39-34, but it has just been an absolute dominant stretch here for the Villanova Wildcats, who are looking to just move forward. They have 2 more regular season games this season. Next Friday on the road against George Mason, and then next Saturday they will close out here at Hatfield Ice Arena against the TCNJ Lions. But the Villanova Wildcats are poised here in the ECHA standings to make a deep run, and they're very talented, a very skilled team with 2 phenomenal goalies. Dmitry Kapranov just doing his thing per usual here tonight, and he was the 2022-2023 ECHA goaltender of the year for a reason, and he has not missed a beat now moving forward in his playing career. And you got to give a lot of credit to this Wildcat team. They stuck with it. They didn't hold, and they just kept the aggressiveness going. And now we're going to send it to the sideline, where Jason Joseph is with Nick Wood after his hat trick performance.
Tom, thank you so much. I am here with the Nick Wood. Now, Nick, okay, first and foremost, okay, the big storyline tonight, on senior night, you come out there and you get your first hat trick. How gratifying is that?
Yeah, it was really awesome. Super unexpected. Got a big fan crowd here. My boys and my girlfriend and my parents are here. So super happy to get the dub. And my line mates were out there just grinding for me, so they got to get some too.
Now, a special birdie told me that last goal that you had is what they like to call the nasty Nick.
Yeah, yeah. Just growing up, like from squirts on, my go-to was fake forehand, go backhand, and put it up. So that's what I did on the last one there.
I love that. I love that so much. You know, this is a team with the Violets who you just played last night, and you figured that they were going to go out there and make adjustments, but you guys even in that second period, I noticed that you guys still, even though you were able to get some shots off and stuff wasn't going into the net, you still stood your ground. How much of a testament is that to how great of a season you guys have had?
It's been one of the best seasons we've had since I've been here, only 3 years. But we have a super strong back, right? So even if we're not putting out forward, we're not letting goals in. And then we come back and start buzzing in the third, put 1 or 2 in to seal the deal. And we've just got such a core group that not a whole lot of teams out there that can beat us in our conference.
And this whole core group obviously has been really great this year. What makes them different compared to years past?
Oh man, everybody just meshes well, right? It all starts in the locker room, I think. Just a great group of guys off the ice, build that strong bond, and then we come on the ice and it's super hard to break us down. So.
And last question, you guys got 2 games left to finish out the rest of the regular season. What's the mindset going into these next 2 games?
I mean, we know that the top 3 teams are right there close together in the standings. So if we want a shot at Nationals or a shot at that first round bye in playoffs, we're going to have to come in swinging. I'm super pumped. My first ever hockey game was in Prince William, where we're going next Friday. So I'm ready to go in there and buzz, and I know the boys are too.
Nick, congratulations on not only the hat trick, but the 8th win in the row. Congratulations, and go get him.
Thank you very much. Pleasure.
Absolutely. All right, back to you, Tom.
Thank you, Jason. Once again, the final score, the Villanova Wildcats defeat the NYU Violets by a score of 4-2. Nick Wood with the hat trick here on senior night. He was spectacular. Dmitry Kapranov, 37 for 39 as the netminder tonight for the Wildcats. He will pick up another victory, and the Wildcats pick up their 7th straight ECHA win. With Jason Joseph, my name's Tom Hill. Thank you all for tuning in to an evening of Villanova Wildcats hockey. Have a great rest of your weekend.